Kitchener Encampment forced to leave by April 1st. The region says it needs the area cleared for a massive transit hub construction project.
Tents and temporary shelters stand tall at 100 Victoria Street in Kitchener.
Homelessness in general is not going to be solved by this proposed bylaw.
Waterloo Region just changed the rules around the large encampment in Kitchener, and everyone keeps arguing about compassion versus enforcement, but almost no one's talking about the one thing residents actually do care about, which is public safety. Last week, the council voted to change the encampment bylaw, and they decided by April 1st, the encampment's gonna be cleared, and from now until April 1st, they're gonna stop giving out fines for trespassing in that area. This will affect the people living in the encampment and affect everyone who works and lives nearby. When residents spoke at council, many said the same thing. They don't feel safe, parents avoid certain sidewalks, seniors change their walking routes, and even some businesses around the area having to close much earlier than before.
Regional councillors are not happy with how it's all being handled.
This new bylaw is not about hate. It's about not knowing what you might run into at night. Unmanaged encampments bring real risk. Open fires, drug use in public, needles on the ground, and people going through mental health crisis. When all those things are happening right outside your home, fear is gonna grow fast.
We currently invest over $200 million more.
I dare you to take that money and set it aside for a sustainable housing project.
But clearing tents without a place to go isn't gonna fix the problem. Those people don't just magically disappear when you tear down their tent. They have legs. They're just gonna move to somewhere else. Into doorways, to parks, and just into other neighborhoods, which most likely will result into even more emergency calls, not fewer. But doing nothing does not work either. When there are no rules, the conditions will get worse. That would be dangerous for the residents nearby and dangerous for the people actually living in the encampment.
So where do we go from here?
Public safety cannot mean ignoring the problem. Real safety isn't bulldozing the encampment, or ignoring the problem and hoping it magically goes away. It sits somewhere in the middle of that. We must have real rules that are enforced, but also have real support that exists. We need shelter space, we need mental health, of course addiction support, simple, clear rules, and clear timelines. With that in place, we actually might see a better, more safer Kitchener.
What's point of this?
The legal back and forth in Superior Court regarding this site is costing the region substantial sums of money.
This vote showed how divided people are, but pushing this date without solving the key issue at hand is gonna leave myself and many other residents very frustrated. If public safety is truly the reason, it cannot be all force or all freedom. It must include housing, support, and most importantly, it's a little cheesy, working together. If you were the mayor, what would you do to solve the encampment problem here in Kitchener? Let me know down in the comments.